as if the braids in her hair strained her, and that she'd rather fade into the shadows. When mother allowed her to drift, she hung close to the edges of the room, as if searching for an exit. And yet, despite it being my birthday, despite all of these 170 guests being there for me, I felt the same. Did people know my secret? Over the next 2 hours, I was drawn away from Maihan and Faiz as new guests emerged, my eyes repeatedly straight towards the stage, entranced not so much by Akbar Ramesh's music, but rather his wavy black hair and deep-set brown eyes. Just before midnight, Akbar Ramesh curbed his music to present my Baba on stage. Buttoning his suit jacket and adjusting his kippa tie, Baba stepped up and grabbed the microphone. He beamed with pride and happiness as shimmering lights and patterned shadows emanating from the disco ball that hung above the dance floor bounced off his face. He spoke in words slightly cracked at their edges. "Thank you all for coming. Kanishka is my one and only son, and he is such a blessing to me and our family. I trust he'll continue to make me proud and give me reason to keep my head up high. But no young man is complete without a wife. Let me tell you how funny he was at age 7. He always played with girls." I winced in anticipation of what was to follow. "One day," continued Baba, "Kanishka came up to me to say that he proposed marriage to a neighbor's daughter who was 7 years older than him. Kanishka said in my ear, 'Baba, today I made a ring out of flowers and twigs, asked for Farzana's hand, and put the ring on her fingers and said, "You be my wife." I asked him, "Do you realize Farzana's age?" And Kanishka asked, "Can you explain what difference it makes?" The room erupted in laughter. Baba resumed his speech after the room quietened. But Farzana was not so agreeable to the young boy's heartfelt proposal. Rather, she was amused and even teased Kanishka about it. Seeing how upset my poor boy was, I consoled him, saying, "Don't worry, Jan. Maybe you are better off marrying a woman younger than you. And perhaps, just to be on surer ground, you could wait until you're a little older before you ask another woman to be your wife." So now, we are here today, when Kanishka is almost a man, and he will soon start his journey into adulthood. Hopefully, the next time we convene, it will be for his engagement party. The crowd again roared its approval with thundering applause. I shuddered. Why would Baba shame me by resurrecting a story that I would have preferred to be forgotten and kept buried forever? Baba clicked his fingers before I could dwell on it. People began to dance while Baba glided to me and wrapped an arm around my shoulders, beaming. "There are lots of pretty girls here." He turned his head and winked at me. "I'm not thinking about girls," I said. "Why not?" "Because I have nothing to give them right now," I said. "You should really start looking for your flower." My eyes swept across the crowd, past snub noses and narrow waists, instead falling on heavy stubble, chiseled jawlines, broad shoulders with bulging biceps and triceps. The sheer ruggedness of the girls, strapping brothers and younger uncles, swept my gaze towards them like ocean tides, and I, the rudder in their currents. I stole glances, and when they gazed back, I quickly looked away. Baba whispered something in Mother's ears, and I felt it had to do with me. I tried to ignore my parents and enjoy the celebration. My cousins and their parents were dancing and laughing. My gaze laser-beamed on Maihan's closest family members as they sat at the front of the ballroom. His mother, Shamim, haughty and sparkling in a Zardozi-embroidered couture gown that softened her neckline, sat faithfully next to the austere Rahim Jan, Maihan's father, and his bullish older brothers, Baryale and Asmarai. Baryale was much stockier than Asmarai, whose waif-like stature clearly hadn't lessened the faith he had in himself, for his eyes stared